I get asked, because I occasionally will make content on how our team doesn't have any meetings. We have a 0 meetings company. That's our policy, is like, if we don't have a meeting, if we don't have to have a meeting, don't. And so we have had 0 meetings in 2025 so far as a team. 0 meetings. We had maybe 3 meetings. I have to check. But I think we had like 3 team meetings all of 2024. Like, I'm not kidding. We don't have meetings. So I really believe most meetings are a complete waste of time. And when I was searching at the very beginning of this course for a quote that I wanted to share, as I trying to find it, I came across another really good quote. Let me see if I can find it. Quote on meetings. Excuse me. Good. It was. Let's see, quote. It was basically like, we could conquer the world, but it was basically like humans could have conquered the world, cured cancer, created world peace, except that they had meetings to attend. And that summarizes, I gotta find the actual quote at another time, because that summarizes my philosophy on meetings. Most meetings are a complete waste of time. Think about how they go. Hey guys, how was the weekend? How are you doing? Oh, we're waiting for Sarah to pop on. Okay, Sarah's now on. Now it's 5 minutes on the clock. Everybody has broken their focus. We've collected 8 humans to be at the same point, like same place at the same point in time. Okay, now we want to go over blah, 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 recap of what some people should have already known, but they weren't there. So now we got to recap for the people that missed, but the people who were there are punished and have to listen to it twice. And then rambling. Somehow in our heads, we think that meetings need to take 30 minutes or an hour. So God forbid we end at 20 minutes in or 15 minutes in. We have to fill the time to be at 30 minutes because it's on our clock from 10 to 10:30 or 10 to 11. I can't stand it. I cannot. So our default is don't have a meeting, but if you really, so in between team members, if you need to have a meeting, hop on the phone. Like have a meeting internally between 2 team members if you need to get the job done. We don't prohibit meetings. It's not like we don't want our team to talk to each other. We just do not schedule team meetings. Team-wide, we don't have like daily huddles or, oh my gosh, anything like that. I choke on the words. I can't imagine. But like if it makes sense to hop on the phone and have a 10-minute phone conversation to clarify something, I will do that. My team will do that. So we're not like, don't talk to each other. It's just, it's not efficient. Be efficient. Be efficient with your time. Group meetings in general are not efficient. One-on-one communication from one team member to the next can be quite efficient, depending on the situation. But what's even very interesting is that we have very minimal communication in our Slack channel. So we have a Slack channel for the company, and we, like, the most thing that we'll ever put in the Slack channel is like shout outs to other team members, which is remarkable. This is remarkable because it basically means that because there's very minimal communication in Slack, it basically means we're all off doing our jobs like the little rock stars we are, and then occasionally checking in when we need information or deadlines or content or whatever, right? Like if Wendy needs a picture of me, she'll go reach out to Julia to get it or whatever, right? Like little things like that. But in general, there's minimal communication in Slack. Now, when you're onboarded, there's never-ending communication, but there's minimal communication once you're onboarded. And it's because we hire pros. We hire professionals. We are and I'll get into this more, but we hire people who are very, very good at their job. And people who are very, very good at their job don't want to waste time on meetings. They don't want to be talking. They don't want to be up your butt in Slack. They're busy doing the work they were created to do. And that's what they want to do. They do not want to be pulled away in the meeting after meeting. They find it very frustrating and very tiresome. And eventually it drains them enough to where they want to leave the company. I want you to stay on Team Maria forever. And so no meetings, or as few as possible. Now, I get asked this question that I want to answer about this. What about your team culture then? Like, what about your team culture if you're not meeting all the time? How are you creating team culture? I think it's a pretty lazy way to create team culture by forcing everyone to be in meetings they don't want to be. That is your ego being stroked as a leader. Oh, it feels really good for you as the leader to have a bunch of people on a meeting and to look at all the heads that you pay that work for you in your dream. It feels great for you as a leader. And they do the little games you play and the little icebreakers, and it feels good. But is that really culture? Is that really culture? I think, in my opinion, as someone who has a small team, I think this might change when you have a big team, but for now, with my own observations as an amateur who never even worked at a company, our company culture is phenomenal because we're masters at our craft. We're pros. And there's such a fundamental respect for each person on the team. There's such a camaraderie. There's such a, like, my mastery, my skill sees your mastery, and I respect that. You are pro, I'm a pro, we both know it, and we're both really in our zones of genius. And Maria's facilitated a place for us to both get to work on our zones of genius in peace. That's the culture of Team Maria. When we get together in person, which we do, and we are soon, like literally 2 weeks from now, I think, we have the best time. I get goosebumps. I don't know if you can see. I get goosebumps thinking about the time and the fun that we have when we're in person together. We get along so well, and we have the best time. We have the best time. It's because we are united in our love of mastery. We're united in our profession. Like, we are true pros. We take this game of entrepreneurship very seriously. We don't hire people who are mediocre or mid-level. We hire pros. And so that's the team culture. I think that at least I can say this definitively. That's a team culture I prefer over a team culture that's artificially generated by dragging people to meetings that they don't want to be on. Let the people work in peace. Let them work. That's what they want to do. That's what my pros want to do. Is we want to do our jobs, and we don't want to be up stupid ass meetings filling out personality quizzes or whatever the hell it is. We don't want that. We just want to do our jobs. So that's my philosophy on zero meetings company. It requires all the things we talked about in the hiring section. It requires you to hire good people. If you have mid-level, untalented, unmotivated people, then that won't work. But I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I did that in 2020. That was a nightmare. Not my thing. So that's, again, but you have to keep in mind, I'm a small company. I only have 10 people. It's very easy to create good culture when you have 10 people. I might be having a completely different conversation 5 years from now when I have 100 people. And okay, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm talking to the person who has no dream team and is trying to build a small dream team. This is what's working super well for me. So just keep that in mind too. And keep in mind that, like, all I'm doing is just sharing what's working for me. I love my team. It's extremely productive. Every person pays for themselves and then some. And so that's all. That's the stage I'm at, and I'm just turning around and sharing what I have learned so far with someone like myself 5 years ago who had no idea how to do anything. That's my goal with this course. So keeping that in mind, though, like I am sharing what's working, and I also know enough to know that that will probably have to change in the future, but maybe it won't. What if I had 100 people who are all pros in their field? And we got together once in person or something. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be the first person that has a $100 million company with 100 employees who has no meetings. We'll have to see. I don't know. But that's where I'm at now, and that's why we don't have meetings right now.